Hello friends, welcome back. I am Vivekanandan. One of the most popular apps in today's world is this particular social media app called as TikTok. So TikTok was the most downloaded app in the Play Store, and TikTok is also one of the fastest growing startups in the world. It is being valued at more than $75 billion. But on the flip side, TikTok is also facing a lot of criticism. In fact, governments have banned TikTok, but later those ban was revoked after getting some regulatory assurances from TikTok. So that is on the flip side. But then, is there not any positives we can learn from TikTok? Because one of the fastest growing companies in the world, definitely there are a lot of positives from TikTok, and this video is all about that. So in today's video, let's learn some business lessons from the rise of TikTok. So first the story in brief, and then let's jump into the case study. To start with, two persons. One is Mr. Zhang Yiming in China, and another is Alex Su in another part of the world in the United States of America. So what Zhang Yiming he does is he starts this company called as ByteDance in 2012. So ByteDance is a company which comes out with a lot of apps serving various different customers' needs. One prominent among them was this news aggregator app, providing the kind of news which a customer would love. So this was gaining a lot of traction in China, and in the other part of the world, Alex Zhu, he was working with the different corporate companies, and the last company he was working was SAP. So he had this grand vision of making education accessible for every student or every person in the world, and his concept was to make educational videos, and that too within 3 to 5 minutes, so that more customers complete their course. So that was his vision, and he wanted to be an edupreneur. So what happened was he raised $1 million, and he started his company, but it was doomed to fail because at one point of time, Alex Su realized that to make even a short form of video, there's a lot of number of hours to be put it together, and in spite of that, it is very difficult to explain a very detailed concept in very short possible way. So that company was doomed to be a failure, and what had happened was Alex, who had a little money left in his bank account, and this is where your awareness level and your observation skills helps you a lot. Alex was traveling in local train in California. At that time, he was observing school students, high school students in the local train, and you know what? He found that these students were using more of their mobile phone for videos, photos, and to listen to songs. That was when that was the eureka moment for Alex Zhu. Now he decided to make an app combining these things, which was photos, videos, and music together, and that is how Musically the app was born. So where you come out with a lot of videos using lip sync. That was a primary feature at the beginning, and this particular Musically was a hit in America and Europe. And now back to China. So this news aggregator app started by Mr. Zhang Yiming, it was facing a lot of flack, and it was getting into a lot of regulatory issues. And while Zhang Yiming was trying to solve that, he also comes out with another app called as Douyin in China. So this was an app which was similar to Musically, but this also gained a lot of popularity in Asia, particularly in China also. And at one point of time, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, purchased Musically for more than $1 billion, and that is how TikTok was born, and that explains the rise of TikTok, because all of a sudden it added a lot of customers, millions of customers to its network because of this particular merger. But then, still TikTok, it is not just about the merger, still it is very much successful. So what are the important lessons? What is TikTok doing differently? The number one lesson we can learn from TikTok is all about the approach, the brand positioning of your product. Let me give you an example. Alex, who says that he was closely observing YouTube because YouTube was his source of inspiration. But what he says that YouTube did not focus only on educational videos at the beginning. What YouTube did was it allowed all form of videos in its site, and today there is a lot of educational videos, educational content in YouTube. So that is the kind of approach he took. So he allowed all forms of videos, particularly entertainment form of videos, and now today TikTok thinks about education. We have heard about something called as Edu Talk as well. So the approach you're going to take is something going to be very, very essential. How are you going to push your product into the market at the beginning? So that's number one. Number two, it is all about the customer. So make it easy for the customer. And what do you mean by that? TikTok did not ask its customers to create own content. For example, TikTok did not ask its customers to dance first, to sing song first, to upload it. TikTok gave them a very, very simple yet usable feature, which is something called as a lip sync. So using that, what happened was it was very much easy for the customer to make their own videos. So more videos was being created and uploaded in the site. So the point is always make it easy for the customer. And one more thing, we see a lot of social media apps being popular at one point of time and getting vanished at some other point of time. So will TikTok also face the same fate in the future? No, says the TikTok team. And you know why? TikTok says that for the biggest strength for us is our customer. Customer comes first. And what are they trying to say over here? For in every social media, what happens is there is only a few content creators and majority of them are consuming the content. But whereas in TikTok's case, 25% of its users are actually content creators and the remaining consume the content. So when the users, they themselves are the creators in this particular platform, TikTok says that we have a very bright future. So the third is all about the core old ideology, which is giving a lot of preference to your customers. And the next is this one particular aspect which I have spoken about in plenty of other videos all many times also, which is leveraging technology. So TikTok is one particular company which is relying on artificial intelligence to a great extent, and because of that their recommendations, their preferences they show to their viewer, to their user is much high. The precision level is much high, claims TikTok. The moment you start using TikTok, it gets your data and suggests you the best choices. So every company does it, but TikTok relies completely on technology for this particular feature. And one last thing before we finish, which is sticking to your vision. Every company has a grand vision, but what happens is during progress, companies lose sight of their vision and get diversified. Sometimes it becomes good and sometimes it also ends up being bad. But TikTok is a company completely in alignment with their vision. To illustrate this, let me give you an example. The example is, for example, Amazon sells a lot of products in its e-commerce platform, but Amazon doesn't own a single product. Similarly, Ola is one of the biggest cab aggregators in India, but Ola doesn't own a single car. The same applies to TikTok as well, where TikTok generates so much of content in its site, but TikTok doesn't own any single content. TikTok doesn't create any content. Yes, it helps creators gain a lot of attention, first at the local level, then at the national level, and then at the international level. Those things TikTok does, but it doesn't create any content, which is in complete alignment with their mission to support creators and consumers. So these are the few important business lessons which we can learn from TikTok and use it for our business as well. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.